Wake Tech. And what I would like to talk with you about this morning is Wake Tech's work-based learning program. And we're going to go through some information this morning to help you become more familiar about work-based learning at Wake Tech in case you're deciding to join us in the future and pursue an associate in applied science degree. Because you must be a student in an associate in applied science degree to take advantage of our work-based learning program. So we're going to talk this morning about our eligibility criteria. I'll also share some information with you for students who might be looking for employment to use for work-based learning in the future, some resources that we offer at Wake Tech that you can take advantage of. And we'll also go over just some basic information that'll help you to understand once you register for the class, what it might entail as far as things that you'd need to do. So in the chat box, before we finish up today, I'm going to put my contact information in case you'd like to reach out to me, and I'll also include our work-based learning website. So I'm going to go ahead and take a moment, share my screen with you. We'll start our PowerPoint presentation, and when we get to the conclusion of it, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about work-based learning at Wake Tech. So excited that you're joining me this morning, and let's go ahead and get started. All right. So if you're a student and you're interested in working in your career field before you graduate from Wake Tech, and you'd like to be able to earn some elective credit, work in that career field, and get paid by an employer, those are all components of Wake Tech's work-based learning program. So it is possible for students in our Associate in Applied Science degree programs to work in their career fields before graduation, make connections with people who are in your field of work, get elective credit towards your graduation requirements, and in most cases, get paid by an employer. So if you're a student who's currently enrolled at Wake Tech and you're perhaps a student who's interested in going to Wake Tech after you graduate from high school, how would you know if you qualify to participate in our work-based learning program? So this information is taken directly from our website. So you'll see the first thing is you have to be enrolled in a program of study that offers work-based learning. And that applies to students who are in our Associate in Applied Science degree. So if you're interested in pursuing a degree in business administration when you get to Wake Tech, or if you're currently enrolled in our business administration degree, then you would certainly be eligible to participate in work-based learning. You must have completed at least 14 credit hours in your major requirements in your business administration degree. So that is not your English class or your math class at Wake Tech or your humanities or your science classes. Those are your actual business administration courses that you must have completed at least 14 credit hours. You must also have a GPA of 2.0 or higher at the time that you submit your application. You must obtain approval from your faculty advisor or from the faculty coordinator for your program. You must also be a student who's in good standing with the college and not have violated the student code of conduct. If you're a student who'd participated in the past and been terminated by an employer, you would have to go through an appeals process. And finally, because we have a large number of international students at Wake Tech, if you are an international student, you must have legal authorization to work in the United States. And you also have to understand that you can't work more than 20 hours per week with your student visa. Now, once you look at the eligibility criteria, if you say, hey, I'll meet that by the end of this spring semester, and you're a student who's at Wake Tech right now, you would want to submit the work-based learning application, complete just the first page of that application, and submit it by April 1st to Mr. Mark Monsky if you're interested in participating in our upcoming summer semester. Now, you also must have employment in your career field or find employment before the start of the semester that you plan to participate in work-based learning, And once you have secured your employment, there are 2 additional work-based learning forms you'll need to submit as well. So a lot of students say, well, I'm qualified to participate, but I don't have a job in my career field. What can I do? So since we say that you must find employment yourself to use, we want you to use our career services office. You can make an appointment with a career specialist, and they can help you with a variety of things. First and foremost, I tell students, if you don't have a good resume, you need to start off by having our career specialist either help you create a resume or review one that you currently have and suggest ways to improve that current resume. Career specialists can't find you a job, but they can show you how to use job search engines. We have our own online job board at Wake Tech. It's called College Central Network. You can search for jobs there, and you can use other tried and true job sites like Indeed.com, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Chegg internships. Those are always great other options. I encourage students to always sign up for a practice interview. You might be surprised at how quickly an employer will reply when you submit an application or upload a resume. And you want to make sure that you're prepared for both virtual interviews, which a lot of employers use nowadays, as well as the face-to-face interview in person. You also want to make sure that you work with a career specialist to understand what you need to do after you have interviewed for a job and how to accept it, how to negotiate salary, and what next steps you need to take. So these are all great resources to use through Wake Tech's Career Services office. Well, there are other ways that you can learn about opportunities in your career field. Sometimes departments send out opportunities that have come from local employers. They might post those in Blackboard. They might send them to your Wake Tech student email account. Once again, Career Services, they host employer information events. Many local employers in Wake County want to know, how can I connect with students at Wake Tech? I have jobs. I want to let them know about the great opportunity to work with my company. So Career Services helps them to put on what we call employer information events. As you can imagine, since the spring of 2020, events now are primarily virtual events. Again, you can log in, take advantage of learning about a company, and find out more about what it would be like to work there, as well as what job opportunities they have. Career fairs. These are also put on by our Career Services office. They're primarily held in the spring, so be looking for that information to come out. And again, these are where employers are specifically looking to hire students from Wake Tech. And again, at the bottom, you see the job search engines where you can look for job opportunities, and you don't always have to see something that's called an internship. You might find a part-time job that aligns with your skill sets, and you can apply for that. So some students look and say, well, I didn't see any internships for my degree. And I said, well, try looking for part-time jobs. Both options can help you. So let's say that you took advantage of the great resources through our Career Services office. You applied for an opportunity and you were offered a role. So what happens next? What else do you have to do? Well, you have to register for a course for work-based learning in order to get that elective credit. And if you're not sure which one you should register for, you'll want to talk with your work-based learning faculty coordinator. He or she will need to know how many hours that you can work, and they're also going to look at how many credits you have in your program of study for elective credit. Now, the magic numbers to keep in mind: how many hours do you have to work in a semester to earn your elective credit? Depends on how many elective credits you're attempting to earn. So if you're just trying to get 1 credit hour of elective credit, you have to work for that employer at least 160 hours in the semester. And that can be fall, spring, or summer. If you're looking to get 2 credit hours of elective credit, you must work at least 320 hours. Again, doesn't matter if it's fall, spring, or summer. And then for those rare students who might be working full-time, to get 3 credit hours of elective credit, you must work at least 480 hours. And that's a lot of hours. So a lot of students don't typically do that in the summer, since summer is a short 10-week semester. They probably look at just doing that in fall or spring, which are 16 weeks long. What happens after you register for your work-based learning course? Well, a work-based learning course is like any other academic course you register for at Wake Tech. You have to make sure you pay your tuition by the deadline so your course isn't dropped. When the semester begins, you'll want to complete your course entry quiz for your Blackboard course, review the syllabus and orientation video, complete a short quiz for your instructor, and the difference with work-based learning is you're actually going to start working as that job begins. So that is the main component of your course, is going to work. So some students say, well, hey, if the main portion of this course is working, why do I have a Blackboard course? Well, because we have to have a way for you to record your work hours, and there are some other basic assignments you complete. Work-based learning is a pass-fail course at Wake Tech, so if students receive a satisfactory evaluation of their work performance, if they get all their hours completed during that semester, and if they complete a student self-evaluation twice during the semester and a survey at the end, they're going to complete all the requirements and receive a passing grade. Well, what happens at the end of the semester? Can students keep working for that employer? Well, if a student used his or her current employer, then nothing's going to change, and the student will continue to be employed and work for that employer the hours they normally would work. But what if I'm a student who found a job to use for this opportunity? This wasn't my current job. I found a job, a brand new job. Then it depends. If the employer wants you to continue working, you can certainly continue working if it fits your schedule. But if the employer says, well, I had this project, you helped me get caught up on it, but now I don't have any additional work for you, then you're not going to be continued on as an employee with that company or business. So you want to keep in mind there's no guarantee of permanent employment when you participate in our work-based learning program. Now, a lot of students say, well, if I'm going to keep working, can I earn more academic credit? And I say that depends. It depends on how many elective credit hours are in your program of study for work-based learning. So you want to make sure that you check with your faculty coordinator or advisor to be able to answer that question. And what if you have additional questions? Well, you'll go to our work-based learning website and you'll select the student tab, and you'll hopefully find your answers there. If you don't, you can certainly reach out to me here at Wake Tech, and you'll see my email address there on the screen where you can reach out and send me a very specific question, and I'll be able to get back in touch with you and give you the answer. So I would encourage all students who attend Wake Tech, if you are in one of our associate and applied science degree programs and you still have elective credit remaining to use for work-based learning, I would encourage you to participate. This is a great way to get experience in your career field before you graduate from the college. It's a great way to make connections to people who are in your field, that you can build your LinkedIn page. You can make connections for folks who can serve later as references for you when you're applying for other positions. It's a great way to build your real world work habits, how to show up on time for a job, how to communicate and work with others on a team to accomplish a project, how to be able to see the relevance of what you're learning in class to be able to apply that to a job. So it's a great way for you to get experience get academic credit towards your graduation requirements, and for the majority of our students, get paid by that employer for your work experience. So that's why I feel that work-based learning is definitely a win-win for every student at Wake Tech. So I'm going to pause and answer questions that you might have, and then I'm going to actually share with you our work-based learning website. So let me get out of this and take you back and find out if you have any particular questions that you would like to ask so far about work-based learning at Wake Tech. You can feel free to type them in the chat box if you would like, or you can simply raise your hand. And while I'm waiting to see if we have any questions, I'm going to pull up Wake Tech's work-based learning website. All right, let's move to that next. So at Wake Tech, we have our own work-based learning website, and it is wbl.waketech.edu. That's where you can go find our website. As you look at it, you'll see that it talks about how it can assist you in developing competencies in the workplace, your communication skills, your interpersonal skills and teamwork, problem-solving skills, as well as information processing. I'm not going to play the video down here at the bottom, but I hope that when you have about 4 or 5 minutes, you'll come back sometime today and take a look at this. It features students who've participated in work-based learning at Wake Tech. They talk about their experiences having participated in the work-based learning program, and you'll also see some employers who discuss what it's like to have a student from Wake Tech work for them. So it's a great video if you'll go and watch it. So let's take a moment to look at our student tab. And what you'll see here are what we've kind of already highlighted. What are the benefits for students who participate in work-based learning? You get valuable experience in your field, which enables you to have a really strong resume. It gives you income that you can apply towards your school expenses or other expenses. You do receive college credit towards your graduation requirements. Participating in work-based learning forces you early on to do things that you might delay and not do until it's almost time to graduate. As we mentioned, we want you to go ahead and have a resume, take time to practice your interviewing techniques, and network, whether it's through attending employer information events or career fairs. So while some students might put off doing all of these things until the semester that they plan to graduate, if you participate in work-based learning, you're going to see that you're going to be doing these things much earlier. It also gives you the opportunity to apply what you're learning in class to actually working in the workplace. And again, it gives you the ability to improve your skills in communication, teamwork, problem solving, and being responsible. And it can also help you with career exploration and selection. Sometimes students aren't really sure what kinds of jobs they're going to be doing when they go into a certain degree program. And participating in work-based learning is a way to very early on help you affirm your career choice, to make sure you made the right choice and that you're happy with the type of job you'll be doing in the future. Now, again, you have some responsibilities. You want to make sure that you're eligible to participate in the program and that your program is an approved program. When you submit your work-based learning application to your faculty coordinator and you find out that you've been approved to participate, as we've already said, it's your responsibility to find employment. Once you find employment, there are those additional forms that must be completed and submitted to your faculty coordinator. If you're a student who's already working in your career field, it might be possible for you to use your current employer for work-based learning. You would need to submit a copy of your position description to your faculty coordinator for them to review. You'll see here, pardon me, the application deadlines for participation. If you're interested in participating in our upcoming summer semester, please note that you need to submit your application by April 1st. Do you have to already have a job by April 1st? No, you do not. You simply need to have your application submitted. If you're interested in participating next fall, your application deadline is July 1st. Remember that you must have employment by the start of the semester that you plan to participate in. This is just a review of how many hours we said you need to work to earn your academic credit. And again, it doesn't matter which semester you participate, the number of work hours is the same. 160 hours for 1 credit, 320 hours for 2 credits, and 480 hours for a 3-credit hour elective work-based learning course. Again, it is pass-fail. And as we also mentioned, you must be enrolled in a Blackboard course to earn that academic credit. So let's go back and review again so you can see our eligibility criteria and also see the outline of all the degree programs at Wake Tech that offer work-based learning. So we already mentioned you have to be in a program that offers work-based learning, have completed 14 credit hours in your major requirements, a 2.0 or higher, any additional requirements of your department. Some programs at Wake Tech, students might have to undergo a background check or drug screening before they can be hired to work in a particular career field. Again, getting approval from your faculty coordinator, not have violated the student code of conduct, be legally authorized to work in the United States. So again, that's our eligibility criteria. So let's come down and look at the programs at Wake Tech that offer work-based learning. You'll notice that in some classes, it is not an elective course, it is required. Students must participate in work-based learning before they can graduate. So you can see our programs that are listed here. If you are in any of these programs at Wake Tech, or if you're interested in pursuing one of these degrees in the future at Wake Tech, you must be a student who participates in work-based learning. The majority of our programs at Wake Tech, it is an elective for students to choose to participate in work-based learning or to simply take another academic course. So you can see if you're interested in our business administration, general business administration track, or the marketing track in business administration, or the project management track in business administration, you would be eligible to participate in work-based learning as a student at Wake Tech. And I'll just scroll through quickly to see we have a lot of programs that offer work-based learning. Okay, so again, the steps to apply, I won't read all of these to you, but you can see that you want to begin the application process by filling out your application and submitting it by the deadline to your faculty coordinator. If you are a student who has a disability, we encourage you to visit the Disability Support Office at Wake Tech to determine if you'll need to request any accommodations in order to have a very successful work-based learning experience. Also, if you're an international student, you'll want to double check with our Office of International Students to make sure that the type of student visa that you possess will enable you to work and participate in the work-based learning program. Here again are our application deadlines. I think step 3 is very important for students. You want to talk with your faculty coordinator about what you want to get out of your work-based learning experience. When is the best semester for you to participate? We really don't encourage students to take 4 classes and also try to work for an employer 20 to 25 hours a week. That would just be a lot on a student to try to maintain their coursework while also working. So you'll want to talk with your faculty coordinator or your advisor about when is a good time for you to work. What else do you have going on in your life that could either help support your participation in work-based learning or could be a challenge for you? So you'll also want to, as soon as possible, start your job search. If I'm going to participate in work-based learning in the summer semester, I need to be working with a career specialist right now to review my resume, to help me with job searching, to help me practice interviews so I'm prepared if I get a call for an interview, and also looking at what are the opportunities for me to accomplish those goals I want to set for myself when I participate in work-based learning. Now, in terms of participation, number 6, you'll see once you've been offered and accepted an opportunity, you'll let your faculty coordinator know. There are 2 additional forms that you'll need to complete with your employer and then return those to your faculty coordinator. And once you've submitted all your required forms after you found employment, then you'll be given an override to register for your work-based learning course. And you'll want to make sure you register and pay so that your course isn't dropped. And then we always remind students, if anything changes before the semester begins, you find a different job, you change your mind, you'll want to make sure that you let your faculty coordinator know. That's very important. All right, so let's take a look at the forms, and we won't go through all of them. We'll look just at the application today. You'll see it's very easy to find the forms that you need to submit. And the first one that students would start with would be our application for work-based learning. Remember, there are 2 pages to this form, but students are only responsible for filling in page 1 of the form. It is a fillable form, so you can simply type in the information here online. So I can just add my name here and my Wake Tech student ID number, whatever that happens to be. And then I can put my street address, city, state, zip, my cell phone number. Primary program of study means what am I pursuing a degree in at Wake Tech? So if I'm a general business student, I want to indicate that I'm a general business student, and I can also include which track I'm on. When do I want to participate in work-based learning? The next semester that would be possible would be the spring semester. How many hours a week can I work? Well, maybe I don't have as many hours in the summer semester rather than I do currently right now. So maybe I can only work 10 to 20 hours a week. Am I authorized to work in the United States? I am. Am I an international student? No, I'm not. Am I currently working in my field of study? No, I'm going to have to find a job. So I'll have to say no to both of those questions. I want to make sure that I read all the information under permission to register and statement of understanding. And then you'll notice I can't type my name here. And the reason for that is because we want you to either attach a digital signature or either print the form out and sign it with an ink pen. It will let me put today's date, so I can add that. And I'll also want to include my Wake Tech student email here. Once I have filled in this form completely, I'm ready to send it or give it to my faculty coordinator. My faculty coordinator is going to come in and complete the second page of our application. So that is all that you have to do to submit your application for work-based learning. You can see it's a very short, brief form, and you're just simply typing in your information. Now, once I have found a job, I'll need to submit these 2 additional forms. This is our agreement for work-based learning. And you can see it does require the student supervisor to sign off on it. And our measurable learning objectives form. Again, this is a form that you would work on with your faculty coordinator as well as your employer. And then everybody's going to sign off on this form. You can think of measurable learning objectives as SMART goals that you're going to establish and accomplish while you're working with your employer over the course of that semester. So again, here are the forms that you'll want to use before you're given the opportunity to register for your class. Once all of these have been submitted, then your faculty coordinator will email you and let you know that you have been given an override to register for your work-based learning course at Wake Tech. Now, if you're not sure who your faculty coordinator is at Wake Tech, there's an easy way for you to figure that out. So let's go to the Contact Us page. It'll let you know that you can reach out to me. You can click here to email me if you want and you have questions, or you can scroll down and find the name of your division. Your degree, if you're a student at Wake Tech and you're in business administration, or if you'll be a future student at Wake Tech, your programs are under our Business and Public Services Technology division. So you'll see that you can find your faculty coordinator here, Mr. Mark Monsky, under Business Administration. You can email him any questions that you have, or you can send him your completed forms. So here's how you find your program of study. You just scroll through the list, find the correct division, and look for your degree program to find an individual's name who serves as the faculty coordinator. All right, so let's go back to work-based learning. Again, work-based learning for students is a great way for you to gain experience in your career field before you graduate from Wake Tech, earn academic credit towards your graduation requirements. You saw that for most of our programs at Wake Tech, it's an elective to participate in work-based learning. In a few other programs, it is a requirement that students must participate in work-based learning before they can graduate. We've talked about our Career Services Office giving you an opportunity to create or update a resume. They can assist you with job searching. They can also help you with practice interviewing and how to follow up with an employer after you've been offered a job. We've also talked about the fact that work-based learning is a pass-fail course that you register for at Wake Tech once you've submitted all your required forms to your faculty coordinator. You know that you have a minimum number of hours that you have to work during the semester to earn your academic credit. Whether it's fall, spring, or summer, the work hours are the same. I hope that all the information that I provided to you this morning is going to encourage you to participate in work-based learning when you become a student at Wake Tech or if you're one of our current students. I did want to take just a moment to show you how to schedule an appointment with a career specialist in our student services office called Career Services. So I'm going to go there and show you next how to make an appointment. So if you're on our Wake Tech homepage and you click on Student Services, you'll want to scroll down until you see the box that says Career Services. You can see that Career Services is available on our Southern Wake campus, our Scott Northern Wake campus, the Perry Health Sciences campus, our Public Safety Education campus, and our RTP campus out in Morrisville. So if you're a student who's close to one of these campuses or attends class on one of these campuses, you can make an appointment to see a career specialist if you want a walk-in appointment, or if you'd prefer to schedule an online appointment, you can do that as well. All you need to do is determine which type of appointment is appropriate for you. If you want to schedule an online appointment, just click Schedule an Online Appointment. And then you'll see that it'll ask you to tell your career specialist, what are you seeking assistance with? Maybe you need assistance with a resume. You need to update your resume or create a resume. Maybe your resume is great and you need help with job searching. Maybe you need to get prepared for an interview. So first of all, you'll want to select which service you need assistance with. So let's say I'm going to start with a resume. So when I click on resume, review resume, and this is again a virtual appointment, it'll tell me that tomorrow is the earliest time that I can have an appointment. You can see that here are the appointment times that are options for me, and I can choose a time that I want to meet with a career specialist. I'll need to include my name, my Wake Tech student email address, and also provide a phone number. I can provide any additional information here. If I'm a current student, I'll indicate that. It'll ask me to tell them what's my program of study. So I can say I'm a general business student, and maybe I'm looking for a job to use for work-based learning. So that helps my career specialist to know specifically what is my goal to work with them. It'll ask me, is this part of a class assignment? And I could say, nope, it's not. And if I want to include any of my preferred pronouns, I could do that here. And then I simply click book, and then I would have an appointment to meet with a career specialist. That's simple. So just to show you the opposite, if I'm going to make an appointment on campus, it'll ask me to choose which campus I want to visit. So if I want to visit our Northern Wake campus and I'm doing job searching, you can see that it gives me the option to choose those. So again, I'd simply choose one of those. I'll want to again notice that the earliest time that they could see me would be Thursday at 1 o'clock, and there's only one appointment. So if that day is not good for me, maybe I'll look at Friday, and I can see that there are a lot of other options for me. So maybe Friday's a better day for me. I'll be on the Southern Wake campus on, I'm sorry, we chose the Scott Northern Wake campus. I'll be on the Scott Northern Wake campus on Friday. I'm free at 11. And again, I'm going to include those same information that they need. And then I would just click on book and I would have an appointment. So again, this is how to make an appointment with an individual in career services. They have a lot of information on their page that can assist you as a student at Wake Tech. All right, so what I want to go back to is now to see if we have any questions that you would like some information or additional things clarified. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. You can certainly use the raise your hand icon. You can ask your teacher if you can ask a question, or you can put it in for me now in the chat. Okay, well, looks like we don't have any questions today. We all are experts now in work-based learning at Wake Tech. I greatly appreciate the time